no.
Oh, down. Oh, that does not sound good. Oh, boy. Venus slipping as she was... Oh, man. Venus coming.
The knee gives out before the dream does. Picture it. Center court, grass still damp with morning dew, and a name flashes across the scoreboard that shouldn't be there, not anymore. Serena Williams, 44 years old, stepping back onto Wimbledon soil for the first time in nearly 4 years. Nobody thought this day would come, and yet here she is, walking through the gates of the All-England club like she never left. The crowd doesn't just cheer. They erupt, because this isn't just tennis. This is history walking back through the door. Her opponent is Maya Joint, young, hungry, unafraid. And for a moment, it looks like age might actually be just a number. Serena fights. She claws. She drags the match into a third set, refusing to let the clock win before she does. The tennis world stops to watch. Ratings spike. Phones light up across the globe. But somewhere near the end of that first set, something shifts. A tweak, a flinch, a whisper of pain in her right knee that she pushes through. Because that's what champions do. They push through until they can't anymore. She loses. 6-3, 6-7, 6-3. Heartbreaking on paper. But she walks off that court with her head high, because the scoreline was never really the story. The story was that she came back at all. It was really great to be back at Wimbledon, she'd say later, almost in disbelief at her own courage. She never expected to stand there again. But she did, and for one afternoon, it felt like the years had folded backward. But here's where the story takes a turn nobody saw coming. Because Serena Williams didn't come to Wimbledon just to play singles. She came for something bigger, something personal, something the entire tennis world had circled on their calendars the moment her comeback was announced. A reunion. Not just any reunion. Venus and Serena back on a doubles court together, chasing a 7th Wimbledon title as sisters, as legends, as the two women who redefined what women's tennis could be. 14 Grand Slam doubles titles between them. 6 of those trophies won right here on this exact grass. And now, decades later, they were set to do it one more time. Tournament organizers even bent the rules for her. They pushed the doubles match back a full day, giving Serena's knee extra time to recover, extra time to heal, extra hope that the reunion everyone was waiting for would actually happen. And then silence. An Instagram post. A video. Serena, walking, her right knee wrapped in heavy bandages, wincing with every step. Photos following behind it. Syringes, drained fluid, medical staff working over her leg like it was a countdown clock nobody could stop. "I'm heartbroken to have to withdraw from doubles," she wrote, words that landed like a gut punch to millions who'd been counting down the days. She said coming back to compete had been a gift. She said sharing the court with her sister one more time meant the world to her. And then she said the sentence that ended it all: her knee simply wasn't ready. Just like that, the reunion was gone. Erased from the draw, replaced by 2 other names, Samantha Murray-Sharon and Lalana Terradi, stepping into a spot that was supposed to belong to the Williams sisters. Imagine being Venus in that moment, waiting, preparing, believing that after all these years, she'd get to stand across the net with her sister one final time on this stage, and then watching it slip away. Not because of a loss, not because of an opponent, but because the body simply said no. Venus's own week wasn't kind either. A mixed doubles exit alongside her partner, ending quietly on a Friday, far from the spotlight that used to follow her everywhere. But if you know anything about Venus Williams, you know quiet exits never mean the end. She's already accepted a wild card into next month's Canadian Open. Because for the Williams family, there is always another court, another chance, another chapter waiting to be written. And Serena? She's not disappearing either. Not after everything she's been through this year. Because before this Wimbledon comeback ever happened, she was already making headlines in a completely different world. Mattel handed her the crown jewel of their very first Barbie Dream Team, honoring her as a woman who shattered barriers not just in sports, but across science and entertainment, a symbol for International Women's Day, standing shoulder to shoulder with pioneers from every corner of achievement. She even showed up in Florida for the Barbie Dream Fest, accepting the event's first-ever Icon Award. But irony has a strange sense of humor. The event itself became a headline for all the wrong reasons, with attendees blasting organizers over an experience so underwhelming it ended in a wave of full refunds. Even there, chaos seemed to trail just behind the spotlight. But none of that compares to what happened on that Wimbledon court, because when Serena Williams stepped away from doubles, bandaged knee and all, she didn't sound like someone closing a chapter. She sounded like someone plotting the next one. All I can say, she wrote in the final line of her statement, is stay tuned to a city near you. Read that again. Stay tuned to a city near you. Not goodbye, not retirement, not an ending, a promise, a tease, a challenge thrown out into the world by a woman who has spent decades proving that setbacks are just the setup for her next comeback. So, here we are. Wimbledon 2026 closes one of its most emotional storylines, not with a trophy, not with a reunion, but with a question mark. Will Serena and Venus ever share a doubles court again? Will that knee heal in time for whatever comes next? And what exactly does she mean by a city near you? Nobody knows yet. But if history has taught us anything about Serena Williams, it's this: she does not walk away quietly. She waits, she heals, and then when you least expect it, she walks back through the gates one more time. The story isn't over. It's just intermission. And somewhere out there, a city is waiting.